Hi guys, welcome to Basement Supercar Build, the channel where we see if an average guy like me can design and build his own mid-engine car. This video will be a highlights video of the work that was finished this week. If you want to see the actual work take place, watch the full-length video for this week. And with that out of the way, let's get started on this week's video.
Quick little update here. Just tack welded these two tubes in here. See where they run from the front of the gear shifter up to the firewall. And these are for the floor of the car to weld into. The floors will weld in solid. The piece here will bolt in from underneath and be removable for access to all the plumbing in this center. Back here between the seats will also be welded in solid under the seats, back underneath the gas tank, but the center, I'm not quite sure how wide yet, at least 6, probably 8 inches wide, will be an access panel that bolts from underneath and is removable all the way back to the engine for access to all of the plumbing. And you can see these tubes. I drilled a hole here with a hole saw, and then I slotted these tubes with a table saw, and that creates an access tunnel for this tubing to run out in. You can see the tubing coming out of the hole here, and it'll run forward. And I've got 2 drill holes in this aluminum piece for the tubing to continue on forward. I know there'll be at least 3 holes in that tube for the tubing to go further forward, and possibly 4. I'm not sure about the 4th tube yet, if I'm going to go over that tube or through that tube, but it'll be one of the other. Let's see. Also today I received in the mail a second steering column, and I believe with the universal joint on that column and the spline inside that is adjustable and the steering column that I already have, that should be enough for me to cut and weld and splice these together and make a steering column to fit this car. I think I have everything I need. I've just got to figure out exactly how I'm going to do it. And I think that's the next thing I'm going to start working on. So you'll see me cutting and splicing and trying to get the steering column put together and where it works correctly. So let's get started doing that. Okay, that took a lot longer than I thought it would, but it's finally done. Get this out of the way. The steering column is in, or it's attached to the steering rack. Everything aligns pretty well. It doesn't sit exactly where I thought it would. I thought it would be a little bit further to the right and leave me room for my clutch master cylinder here, but it's really crowding and bumping it sometimes. So I may wind up putting the clutch master cylinder back here and putting a longer extension to get to the pedal. Not quite sure yet. The only thing I'm sure of is I am tired and I am finished for today. And this is a pretty big accomplishment. Got a lot done today and pretty happy with everything so far. So we will work on something else tomorrow. Here's a quick update. I have the steering column mount welded in the car and the steering column mounted to it. Been setting in it, test fitting it, see what it feels like, and I believe I've got it in the exact right position. But if not, I have left some room. I've got some slots here for some repositioning. The back holes are drilled straight through, and the front has slots, but can be moved if it needs to, but I think it is correct. I've had me and my wife both sit in the car. She's pretty short, slid the seat way up, and the steering column, the power column, moves in and out and up and down. She can get in a comfortable position. I can get in a comfortable position. And there's still a little bit of extension left on the power column for people that are taller than me. So feels correct to me. I think I'm going to leave it there. I also have finished the mount here for the gear shifter, and the same as the steering column, I am bolting it together, and it'll have a series of holes. I can move it later if I need to, but I believe it's in the correct position. The bottom two pieces of the mount will weld in solid to the car, and the top section where the gear shift mounts to and the cables mount to will be able to move forwards or backwards. But that is what I have finished here tonight, and just wanted to give you a quick update. So you just saw me, I'm sure you can't tell what I'm doing, but I'm inside the car working. I've got these mounts for the steering, sorry, I've got these mounts for the gear shifter clamped in place, and I'm going to go ahead and weld these in. And I have kept the top section separate to where it can bolt in and out. That makes it adjustable and makes it removable to access down inside up here. There's going to be a lot of plumbing, electrical lines, and various things running through here, and I need to get inside and maybe make some mounts to hold things in critical places so they don't touch. I don't want electrical lines touching water lines and things like that. I want as much space between them as possible. So I'll need some kind of mounts and clamps inside this tunnel area here to hold things in position. But let's get started welding these in. I wanted to show you guys something that most of you out there probably are aware of, but there may be one or two people that's never seen this done before. But you can actually cut aluminum on a table saw. You need a good quality blade, and I wouldn't use a new blade. I would use an old one that's somewhat dull because this will dull the blade over time. But I just cut these aluminum pieces here, and this aluminum 6061 cuts like butter. Just be sure to go slow. And I've cut aluminum up to 3/16 or 1/4 of an inch thick, easy. And at work we actually cut big thick 4, 5, 6 inch thick aluminum blocks with a circular saw, or a skill saw some people call it, like this here in the floor. But I just want to point that out for people that may not know you can do this. Sometimes it's really handy.